Do you really want to be stuck in the 3D world and feel like that's it and just live kind of a mundane life, relying on your five senses to amuse you when you've got this whole other thing going on with your higher self, your eternal self, your soul, your ability to tap into all sorts of fascinating higher intelligence information coming straight from the source, or even from other geniuses that lived on the planet that you might want to visit and see what they were thinking about? Do you want to know how to remote view? The government uses remote viewers, whether you like it or not. You know, there are so many people that still question whether or not mental telepathy is real, which kind of blows my mind because it has been proven over and over and over again by people who experience it. Yes, you can read someone's mind. Yes, your mind is a sender. Your brain is a sender and a receiver. Frequencies, vibrations come out of your brain and they project into the atmosphere, and you can remotely influence other human beings by thinking about them in a certain way, in a positive way, of course. Now, you don't want to do anything negative, but you can have a positive impact on fellow human beings. You can heal them from a distance. You can heal yourself by thinking a certain way, by aligning your consciousness with that realm we call the Christ consciousness, where there are no problems, only solutions. Being a metaphysical person is really, I think, why would you want to be anything but? It just seems so mundane. But there you go. I mean, we live on a planet that has all sorts of things happening. And they say some of us come here to experience certain things that maybe aren't even so pleasant, but there's an attraction there. Whatever you're attracted to is what you're going to experience, whether you like it or not, because you're like a magnet and you're always attracting what you're thinking about most in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is running the show, by the way. Whatever's programmed in there, and it's been programmed in ever since you popped out and were born by your environment, by your parents, by your culture. You're programmed. We're all programmed. And if you don't like the programming, you can do something about it. You can reprogram, but you need to know how to go within into a very deep level of consciousness called the alpha level or the theta level, or even deeper. At night when you sleep, you go down into delta. And that's when you can have those amazing aha moments. You can reprogram, you can switch your thinking, like turning on a switch, going from fear, negativity, disease, poverty to solution, health, perfect abundance, perfect connections. You can live in the flow, but you need to work on yourself. You need techniques. Now, I love studying the teachings of Jesus. To me, he's the master metaphysician. For me, he, the more I, think about some of the things he was telling everyone, but he even said, when he talked to his disciples, he talked to them a certain way. He didn't talk to the masses the same way. You've got to really dig deep to find out the meaning when he was saying things like, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Well, what does that mean? It means that your subconscious mind, whatever is within you, is the kingdom of heaven, where you can rearrange things, you can flourish, you can solve problems, you can rise above situations, but you need to believe. That's why believers get results. Non-believers just kind of stagnate. You really need some techniques, and the best techniques that I've found over the course of my life are a multitude. I studied with the Gurdjieff teachings when I was young, who taught me how to watch my thoughts, because I was doing the swing of the pendulum. I'd be really high and happy when things were going well, and then I'd get depressed when I was having a downtime and I didn't like that. So I watched my thoughts in order to find that equilibrium, that center place, that peace within the middle zone. He calls it the fourth way. And when you do the work on yourself, you find that equilibrium where you get to a point where none of it moves you. You're watching like an observer. You're still enjoying, but you're not getting sucked in and yanked around by this, that, and the other thing. You've found your equilibrium. Then I went on to study with other teachings and found Christian Science, which of all the teachings I've come across for spiritual healing, she's the best. Mary Baker Eddy wrote the book Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures. And she really, figured out what Jesus was doing when he was healing people. And it's simple, but you have to be ready to hear it, or it just goes right over your head. But it is simple. It's so simple, we overlook it. I find a lot of the metaphysical teachings, when you really get down to what is being taught, we cover up with our ego mind all the amazing, simple truths that we can enjoy while we're living here on planet Earth, like love your neighbor as yourself, love God first and foremost, be at peace, know that where you're putting your attention is what you're manifesting. You are a co-creator with God. You are the center of your own universe because you're perceiving the way your life is. And if you don't like it, you have to change your perception. It's such a fascinating topic, and there's so many things you can do with it. And if you're feeling stress and you're tired of anxiety and you're tired of confusion, dig in, find some teachings that work for you, because you can free yourself. There's going to be chaos on the planet. There always has been. And, we're in a time now where the chaos is ramping up because of the internet. We get to see everything that's happening faster than we would have many years ago. So, don't stress yourself out. You need to find a way to find that inner peace. Go within, learn to meditate, learn to reflect on things in a way that you can take control of the solution that you want and not just be kicked around by outer forces that you feel like you have no control over. You do have control. Once you align your thought with the higher realms of consciousness, planet Earth is moving into a higher frequency. You can be part of it. Go to my website, RebeccaTripp.com, and get one of my courses. That's what I teach.